Alright students, listen up. Today we are tackling a based from the Madras School of Economics entrance examination. For those who don't know, MSc is like the Harvard of the South India for quantitative economics. And if you want to master the econometrics and the high level policy, this is the gate you have to pass. And their questions are not just the test. They are the traps for the unprepared. Okay, so let's make sure you are not in that prey. Okay, so look at this question number 12. Suppose in the classical model the government finances additional expenditure by issuing debt. Now this debt financed expenditure causes a reduction in national saving because option number A says investment increases, option number B says interest rate falls, option number C says private sector saving is unchanged, and option number D says private sector saving falls. Okay, so let's discuss this. Give me a few seconds. Yeah, now imagine the government is like that one friend who has zero balance in their bank account but just saw a massive sale on Amazon. Okay, and they want to spend money they don't have. Now in the classical model they don't print money, they issue a debt, right? They basically walk into the town square and shout, who wants to lend me 100 bucks and I'll pay you back later, I promise you that. Okay, so now to solve this you need to be a math ninja. Now look at the identity for the national saving. Okay, that is A is equal to y minus t minus c plus t minus g. Okay, so let's break it down. Y minus t minus c, this is the private saving. Okay, it's what you and I left after paying the taxes and buying the pizza. Now t minus g, this is the public or the government saving. Now in our question, the government increases the expenditure without increasing the taxes. Then what happens? T minus G becomes a bigger negative number, right? And the government is literally dissaving. And if the government goes into a 100 rupee hole, then national saving drops by 100 rupees unless we, the private sector, suddenly become super stringy and save more to make up for it. Okay, now here is where the classical model gets spicy. In this world we believe in Say's law, that is supply creates its own demand, and that prices or interest rates are as flexible as a yoga instructor. So in the classical view, private saving depends on the interest rate. But wait, if the government is out of there gobbling up all the available loanable funds to finance their debt, they are competing with the private investors, and this is what we call the crowding out. Okay, and the government takes the money, the interest rate kicks up and the private investment gets shoved out the door. But the question asks why national saving falls. It falls because the government deficit is not magically offset by us saving more, right? Now let's look at our options. Option number A says what? Investment increases. Wrong. The government is stealing the debt, the funds, and investment actually falls because the interest rates rise. So bye bye. Now come to option number B, interest rate falls. Oh please, when everyone wants to borrow the money, the price of money, the interest rate goes up. So B is ghosted. Now come to option number D, private sector saving falls. Now in the classical model, if interest rates go up, then people usually want to save more to earn that sweet interest. So saving would not fall, it would likely rise or stay the same. Now D is definitely not the vibe. Now that leaves us with option number C, private sector saving is unchanged. Why? Because in the classical framework we assume income, that is why this is fixed at full employment, and if you are not told that people change their consumption habits specifically to offset the government, then the private saving, that is Y minus T minus C, stays out. And so the private saving in a steady 100 and government saving goes to 0 to minus 50, and the total national saving drops from 100 to 50. The reduction in the national saving is driven entirely by the government's deficit. Okay, so the solution for this question will be option number C, private sector saving is unchanged. Okay, now why it is important? Okay, if I talk about the national saving, national saving is the sum of the private saving and the public saving, and when the government finances expenditure through debt, public saving, that is T minus G, decreases and becomes more negative. Now in the classical model, output Y is fixed at the full employment level, and unless there is a specific behavioral change in the households, uh, which usually is not the standard classical starting point, the private saving remains constant. Okay, so therefore the drop in the public saving directly reduces the total national saving. Okay, so remember, in the classical world the government is like a loud guest at a buffet. They eat so much that there is less left for everyone else, and they definitely don't bring their own snacks. So this was the total concept behind this question, guys. So I hope this is clear to you. See you in the next session. Bye bye.